a bit rich coming from Poilievre's biographer, but let's talk.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I appreciate the plug for my book. If the member read books instead of talking points, the country would be in a better place. This Liberal government is the most expensive in Canadian history. Every dollar the Prime Minister spends comes out of the pockets of Canadians and drives up the cost of everything, especially food. The St. Thomas Elgin Food Bank is seeing record demand. 4 out of 5 Canadians say food is their top expense pressure, and the Liberals are standing by their industrial carbon tax, which makes it more expensive to grow, ship, and sell food. Not only are they not scrapping it, they're increasing it. Why is the Prime Minister making life more expensive for Canadians when they can't even get by as it is?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Well, Mr. Speaker, that's a bit rich coming from Poilievre's biographer, but let's talk.
We're not supposed to do that. We're not supposed to do that. The Honourable Member knows. The Honourable Member's an experienced politician who's been on the Hill for a long time. She may continue, however.
Mr. Speaker, let's talk about 2 of the main areas of costs for families. Let's talk about taxes and let's talk about housing. This budget cuts taxes for 22 million Canadians, bringing the basic tax rate down from 15 to 14%. This is a major tax cut. It's about $5 billion a year in tax relief for Canadians. 85% goes to the lowest income tax brackets alone. And then on housing, Mr. Speaker, we're making the biggest investment in housing in Canadian history. We are building up the supply of homes, bringing...
The Honourable Member for Elgin, St. Thomas, London South.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I appreciate the plug for my book. If the member read books instead of talking points, the country would be in a better place. Food prices have risen almost 40% faster in Canada than the United States. Beef up 17%, chicken 6.2%, and now the Liberals are adding a fuel tax that will make gas 17 cents a litre more expensive. Driving in my riding in rural Canada is not a luxury, it is a necessity. A tax on gas is a tax on life. When will the Liberals get real and make life more...
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Mr. Speaker, I think it depends on the types of books that a member might want to read. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about books. Mr. Speaker, this week in this House, the Canadian Association, the Canadian Alliance of Student Associations has been on the Hill representing students from across the land. Here is what Abdul Abbasi, the chair of CASA and a student from the University of Alberta, had to say about this budget. Students are pleased to see that the government has met CASA's call for tens of thousands of student jobs in growing economic sectors. This budget is for them. So if the member opposite wants to talk about how education builds...
The Honourable Member for Brampton Centre.
Mr. Speaker, all Canadians deserve to feel safe within their communities. We have critical legislation before this House that is getting stalled by conservative political antics. Will the Minister of Public Safety tell Canadians what our government is doing to combat extortion, strengthen enforcement, and protect Canadians across this country?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Minister of Public Safety.
Mr. Speaker, let me thank the member for Brampton Centre for incredible hard work and advocacy. Our government is taking real action to stop those who commit extortion, Mr. Speaker. The Conservatives, however, have failed to support measures like lawful access that law enforcement across Canada have been asking us to implement. They won't support Bill C-2. They won't support Bill C-12. They won't support C-14. They won't support hiring 1,000 new RCMP personnel and 1,000 new CBSA officers. Canadians expect, Mr. Speaker, for their oppositions to work together with their government. Let's stop the rhetoric.
It's no secret we are dealing with the most costly government in Canadian history. Each and every dollar that this Prime Minister spends without any restraint, Mr. Speaker, means that there's no more money in Canadians' pockets. Canadians are dealing with food insecurity. What does that mean, Mr. Speaker? It means that Canadians cannot afford groceries. In this budget, the Prime Minister chose to increase the price of fuel with hidden taxes. Why does the Prime Minister want to make food even more expensive for Canadians who are already struggling to pay for it? The Honourable Minister of Government Transformation. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. It's always so fascinating to hear the Conservatives in question period day after day repeating the same talking points, the Conservative leaders' talking points. They're talking about imaginary taxes. Yet when it comes to voting for a tax break of $22 billion for 22 billion Canadians or a school food program for vulnerable Canadians, when it comes to investing in defence, when it comes to investing in productivity, infrastructure like the Port of Quebec, the Port of Saguenay, investing in defence, investing in industry like the Davie shipyard in Quebec, they are absent. They don't vote for any of that. It's really shameful, Mr. Speaker. Thank you. The Honourable Member for Méhantic-L'Érable-Lobinière. Well, you heard it, Mr. Speaker. He just listed off the endless, limitless spending that the government has put in its budget. That's what Liberals are. Meanwhile, more and more Canadians have to use their credit cards to feed themselves. They have to eat on credit. They have to empty their bank accounts to have to eat. And for 80% of Canadians, the cost of food is the most costly item for their budget. The Prime Minister, meanwhile, just keeps spending and spending, hiking the price of food. Why are the Liberals determined to make Canadians poorer when 25% of Canadians are already too poor to feed themselves? The Honourable Minister. Mr. Speaker, it is unbelievable to hear the opposition talk about limitless spending. And in the same breath, they talk about the school food program that would have decreased child hunger by 40% in Canada. There are plenty of people who would have benefited from that in his riding. Another example, the Canada Dental Care Program, it would have helped thousands of people in his riding. It's shameful. It's outrageous. I invite him to change his mind. I know, though, that deep within himself, he's probably happy that his leader was hiding behind the budget, and he was hoping that the budget would pass because it's a great budget and he knows it. The Honourable Member for Montmorency-Charlevoix. Mr. Speaker, the Liberals just managed to make their budget squeak by this week. It is the highest deficit budget in Canadian history. They are recklessly spending future generations of Canadians' money. In fact, the main budget pressure for 80% of Canadians is food, and 25% of Canadian households are struggling to purchase food. They are experiencing food insecurity, Mr. Speaker. And to make things worse, the Parliamentary Budget Officer has stated that hidden Liberal taxes will increase prices at the pump by 17 cents a litre. Canadian families are struggling. Why did the Liberals just keep adding more hidden taxes which drive up the cost of food? The Honourable Secretary of State for Nature. Mr. Speaker, it's true that things are not always easy for Canadians. What's important, though, is we need to give Canadians back their purchasing power. In order to do so, we are supporting Canadians in a host of ways. We are supporting families. We are supporting through the Canada Dental Care Program, PharmaCare, the school food program. These are all examples of how we are giving Canadians back their purchasing power. Not to mention all the other huge investments so that Canadians will have good, well-paying jobs. That's what it means to build Canada better and stronger and react to today's crisis.